Trust me, Johnny's.
Have a great night.
Go to Johnny's stream. We're gonna have a good time.
Whoa!
He's arrested. He's finally gone. I'm sorry for any background noise you may hear because I'm recording this extremely early in the morning because I really want to talk about this situation with Johnny Somali, and he's finally been arrested in Korea. And when I say finally arrested, it's not like his other arrests where he just got off scot-free. He's actually getting a confirmed 5 years, and he has 3 other charges pending, and he might be getting up to 10 years. If I sound off in this video, it's because I'm really excited to talk about the situation because I've been waiting for this moment where Johnny Somali finally gets justice. I also want to keep in mind, we don't know what the other 3 charges are. I believe they're charges of obstruction right now. He did actually reveal the charge on a live stream, which I'll talk about later. But for anyone who doesn't know who Johnny Somali is, he's this person who went to Korea and Japan and did the most unspeakable things you could ever do to the citizens of both of those countries. And when I say he's done deplorable actions, I mean he literally went up to a statue that was made in memorial of sex slaves during the Korean War and then disrespected it in the most disrespectful possible way. He went up to it, rubbed baby oil on it, sat on its lap, and started making out with the statue, by the way. You can even look at the footage that I'm just using in the background where he's just throwing noodles all over the place, just messing up this store for no apparent reason. He's a live streamer where all of his fans who are in his chat don't even like him. They just want to make fun of him and hopefully get him arrested, which finally happened, and I'm thankful for it. But this is a long enough intro, so let's get straight into it. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. So I want to go over Atozi's video because he was actually at the trial and he has a lot of information about Johnny Somali that I do not have. And I also want to keep in mind, if you hear during my commentary a buzzing noise in the background, that's my mini fridge. Usually I would unplug it, but I have ice cream in there. But anyway, Atozi was actually at the trial for Johnny Somali, which will last up until April and maybe into June because of all the charges and all the different districts that are going to be charging him, which make it last as long as possible to keep this guy off the streets if possible.
Johnny showed up more than an hour late with a MAGA hat on and a big bottle of water, and he was just screaming at essentially he got in trouble for, number 1, wearing the hat, and number 2, the bottle. So now there's 4 charges that was in that trial, correct?
There are 4 charges against him, but only 3 of them were addressed today.
Okay.
The 4th charge, which he just discovered about the other day, which I brought up on my stream 2 days ago, and he got the notice of in Korean yesterday. Actually, didn't even get it. Sorry.
So, oh wow.
He didn't know anything about it today, and his lawyer didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, they were
today.
pretty shocked.
Oh, okay. So that was a separate charge. Was that the charge that he was showing? And
the new obstruction.
Oh, the newest obstruction charge. Okay, yeah. So there's another charge as well that's coming against him about the deepfake stuff that he accidentally leaked on his stream last night. Because as we've been covering, I mean, he's been playing his cards in the worst way possible the whole time, from start to finish. And last night, I guess he decided to get drunk at 3 in the morning, go live, and show up extremely late to court because of that. And on his live stream, he was doing, like, I guess, getting paid to do shots, and he ended up showing a new charge that hadn't been leaked to the public yet.
I'll give credit where it's due to Johnny. He is persistent as hell. Even when his back's against the wall and he has 3 charges coming up against him, he still chooses to live stream and get drunk. Also, if you hear that barking in the background, it's because my neighbor let their dog out. They always do this in the weirdest hours of the day where they don't attend to their dog. They just put him in the backyard and just say, fuck it.
So that charge was actually it's the police case that the police have given over to the prosecutor. So it means that they're going to prosecute it. It's going to trial. Yeah.
In the Korean system, once the police decide to actually formally charge you and they send it to the prosecutors, that's pretty much it. That's where you get the 90+% conviction rate. You're pretty much done. If they've decided to go that far, that means they have the evidence to prove the crime.
So
if there's no evidence, it usually doesn't go to that point. They just drop the case, or if it's like 2 people having a fight or something, they settle or something like that. But in this case, it's gone to the prosecution, so not going to be fun for Johnny Boy.
And he came in with the biggest smile on his face, and then as soon as they read him his charges, his smile just vanished.
Just to give you an idea of how fucked Johnny Somali is, Korea has a 93% conviction rate, which means if this goes to the Supreme Court of Korea, he will not get out. The reason I say he won't get out is because multiple YouTube channels have covered him. They have endless mountains of evidence. He literally can't get out. He recorded all of his crimes. Also, again, I am so sorry for this dog in the background. I can't stop it.
So it seems like he was truly humbled as he had to sit down for the court hearing.
His suit was terrible. I think that's Hank's
right.
suit.
Okay.
He was wearing Hank's suit.
So we basically kind of confirmed today that he showed up with Hank. So it seems like he's staying with Hank. And then he showed up in Hank's suit, which was oversized.
The MAGA hat?
The MAGA hat happened. Right, okay, so the charges that we know, okay, so we have the 2 misdemeanors, which, number 1, it was for the fish.
Minor Crimes Act.
The Minor Crimes Act, which are essentially misdemeanors in the U.S. That was for running around with that fish on the stream that we covered and shoving it in people's faces on the bus and so on. And then there was like a managing director of that bus company that was apparently on.
That's pretty much.
Another misdemeanor charge for him twerking on people on the subway, which we also covered, and blasting loud music.
Loud music, but they didn't specifically mention the obscenity. They just said foul language, but they didn't say obscenity. So I'm not sure if
It was subway and bus, or
Subway
just
and bus.
Subway
Yeah.
and bus. So it was kind of conjoined.
So I'm surprised they haven't mentioned anything about him interrupting the concert, because he went up on stage and did a whole spiel there as well.
We don't know
And
what that last obstruction charge is. Maybe
so that could be it, because that seemed to be televised. So that was another thing there.
And it depends on the district as well, because if the crime happened in that district, it will go to that district court.
And obviously the last charge, which was the obstruction of business, that was confirmed to be in the 7-Eleven. And they also said how he was talking negatively to an elder employee as well. And they really punctuated that.
Yeah. Harassment of an elderly person, an elderly worker, making customers feel unsafe.
That's the part I used in the beginning of the video. I don't know if I showed it or not, but he tried to square up against a 60-year-old woman. Johnny Somali was out here like Logan Paul trying to beat up old people. That charge is going to stick because he recorded it himself. He has no way of getting out of it.
It was funny. And the judge saw him making faces at us.
Right, yeah, when he walked in.
And then on the bench, he made a face directly at me, and
In front of everyone.
right to us, in
Very
front of everybody.
intelligent.
He looked to us and did
Yeah.
both of us. It
So,
was pretty direct. It was right at us, like direct.
And him call you guys losers.
So that was Hank apparently showed up and called us
Oh,
losers.
we're losers, guys.
Hank called us a loser, so we're so emotionally damaged right now. You can see A to Z.
Yeah.
He's deep with the emotional scars. It's okay, man.
He's like,
Don't-
why don't you guys mind your own business?
Imagine literally doing everything in your power to make the judge dislike you because you're making faces in the courtroom and calling people losers. Also, I don't know if I left in the part that explained it, but Johnny Somali basically had a MAGA hat on and he had to take it off in the courtroom. So he would take it off and then put it back on, and he would just keep doing it. Even when his back is against the wall and he's about to face prison time, he still chooses to be a public nuisance and make everybody hate him. So I believe Johnny Somali pleaded guilty to all of his charges, which means he is basically fucked. And I'm here for it. He kind of deserves it. He brought this upon himself, and all he had to do was stop streaming when he had the chance to. The justice system has to make an example out of somebody, and a lot of pranksters have been arrested for doing stuff like Johnny Somali, but none of them have stopped, and it's never going to stop completely, but it is a step in the right direction, so I'm here for it. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think he deserves 5 years, more than 5 years, less than 5 years? I think he deserves more than 5 years personally. He doesn't seem remorseful or like he cares at all, so I kind of feel like they do need to make an example out of him. But anyway, that's just what I think. But anyway, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel as it really does help me out, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.